I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. And I sure do love my job. Yeah. I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. I'm born to preach the gospel. And I sure do love my job. Yeah. Yes, I really love my job. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Oh, I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Yes, I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Get firmly rooted. So let's get firmly rooted. Let's get firmly rooted. So let's get firmly rooted. Oh, I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Let's get firmly rooted. Firmly rooted. Let's get firmly rooted. Yeshua, 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 Yeshua. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. We're disciples that make disciples that make disciples. We are disciples that make disciples that make disciples. We are disciples that make disciples that make disciples. Let's get firmly rooted. Firmly rooted.
Good morning, Firmly Rooted family. Pastor Tom, Firmly Rooted Ministries, Wednesday morning. And to those who are interested, yes, I remember to get the trash out today. There's some of the guys from Rooted Men who are always wanting to know if I don't mention it, like they tell me on Sunday. Well, did you do it? Today, I did it. All right, Pastor G out on YouTube. Good morning, Vivian Davis. Good morning, Bert Reggiani. Good morning, Ken Gooch. Good morning, Diane Drew. Good morning, dear family. Steve Giroux. Good morning, Anne Marie. Good morning, Amanda Wyatt. Hello. Jackie Matus. Good morning. Connie Sandbrink. Good morning. And Amanda, good morning. All right. Well, yesterday I had the opportunity and the privilege to share with you just a small thing called the resurrection. I don't know how to make the resurrection more profound than simply to keep saying it changes everything. It tells us that Jesus accomplished what he said he was going to accomplish on the cross because the dead are raised. Except by divine miracle, that's never happened before, but now death for believers doesn't happen. And you say, wait a minute, Pastor Tom. Pastor Russ just went down and did a funeral. See, a believer died. No, believers don't die. I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live even if he dies, and everyone who lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe this? Is what he says to Mary and Martha. See, this is the sting of death that's been removed, and hence why we don't grieve like those who have no hope. Jesus' resurrection changes the Genesis curse that the day you eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you're going to die. We no longer face spiritual death. We no longer face condemnation. We no longer face any of that because Jesus rose from the dead. And so our reading yesterday ended with Jesus and an angel telling the women to go talk to the disciples and tell the disciples that Jesus is risen. While the women were on their way, some of the guards went into the city and reported to the chief priests everything that had happened. Now, listen, why did the guards, the Roman guards, why didn't they go to Pilate? Why would they go to the chief priests? Because if they would have gone to Pilate, they would have had their heads lopped off. You say, well, why would that have happened? Because they allowed a Roman seal to be broken. Their job was to guard that tomb so that no one, nothing, would break that Roman seal. So no human being did. An angel came down that caused those men to fall to the ground like dead men, and an angel rolled the stone. Someone from the kingdom of heaven rolled that stone away, and the guards were laying helpless on the ground. So now they go to the chief priest rather than Pilate because they don't want to be dead, but they don't know what to do. When the chief priests met with the elders, they devised a plan. Sounds like what happens in our political world all the time, right? It's like something happens and then everybody goes into a room someplace and comes out with some kind of narrative that they want to tell us what happened. The idea that I constantly pray for is that light would shine in a dark place because things are happening in the darkness. Look at, they retreat into a room like they always do and they start to plan and plot. What's the only option? Buy their silence. Bribe them. It's the only thing. Because if they would speak, they would talk about an angel. The Roman soldiers would talk about an angel that came down and rolled away the stone because they're not going to say that some human being did it because they'd be dead. There's multiple reasons why the chief priests have to buy their silence. Because if they would have told the truth, which eventually it sounds like somebody did, because it leaked out into Matthew's gospel, they were bribed with a large sum of money. And here's what they told him to say: that his disciples came during the night and stole him away while we were asleep. And that's the one thing they did not want to say, because if they say that, the governor will kill them for not doing their job and allowing the seal to be broken when they were supposed to be on duty. How did the disciples who were hiding in a room come and overpower these soldiers? Were they asleep? I mean, look, it's all ridiculous. But at any rate, if the report gets to the governor, we will satisfy him and keep you out of trouble. It's one big manipulation. The fact that they lied about the 3 days and I will raise this temple up, and they spent weeks saying that Jesus was going to destroy the temple when they really meant, and they knew he meant his body. That's why they're putting guards outside the tomb. They've lied about everything because that's what evil does. And I want you to realize they're the religious folks. Religious folks tied to evil will do the same things that the kingdom of this world does. And that's why we have to be wise and discerning as we choose to listen to certain preachers or pastors or teachers. We got to be careful. So the soldiers took the money and did as they were instructed. And this story has been widely circulated among the Jews to this very day. Eventually, light shines in dark places and the truth gets out. And so it did here. Matthew's about to end his gospel, but he's not going to end this gospel without a boom. The Great Commission is coming. What do we do with all this? What do we do with all this Jesus story? What do we do with this one who came and fulfilled all these messianic prophecies, who died and rose again? What do we do? Well, we'll be talking about that tomorrow. I hope that this devotion was a blessing to you. Have a great day. Make it a firmly rooted day. And may someone see Jesus in us today. Peace.